Have you ever wondered if there is a place where emerald jungles meet golden temples, where ancient kingdoms still whisper through ruined stones, and where every sunrise begins with the quiet sound of monks walking barefoot through streets that have never forgotten their traditions? A land where towering mountains disappear into morning mist before giving way to endless rice fields, and where those fertile plains slowly transform into tropical islands surrounded by two different seas. Welcome to Thailand, a country that feels less like a destination and more like an unfolding story. In this extraordinary journey, we'll travel from sacred temples and forgotten capitals to breathtaking coastlines and hidden natural wonders, discovering why millions of travelers fall in love with this remarkable kingdom, and why those who leave always dream of returning. There are few places on earth where nature, history, and spirituality exist in such perfect harmony. Thailand is not simply a tropical paradise filled with beautiful beaches. It is a land shaped by centuries of royal dynasties, protected by mountains, blessed by fertile rivers, and guided by traditions that continue to influence everyday life. Every temple, every village, every forest, and every island tells a different chapter of a story that has been unfolding for more than 700 years. Stretching across the heart of mainland Southeast Asia, Thailand occupies a unique position between ancient civilizations and modern Asia. It shares its borders with Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, and Malaysia, creating a cultural crossroads where countless influences have blended together while preserving an identity unlike anywhere else in the world. Remarkably, Thailand is the only nation in Southeast Asia that was never formally colonized by a European empire. Through diplomacy, wisdom, and determination, its kings managed to preserve both their sovereignty and their traditions while neighboring kingdoms fell under foreign rule. That independence continues to shape the deep national pride found throughout the country today. A single glance at a map reveals one of Thailand's most recognizable features. Its shape resembles the head and trunk of a majestic elephant stretching toward the south. The elephant has long been one of Thailand's most cherished symbols, representing wisdom, strength, loyalty, and prosperity. For centuries, these magnificent animals helped build cities, transport goods through dense jungles, and even served beside kings during times of war. Although modern Thailand has changed dramatically, the elephant remains deeply woven into the nation's cultural identity. Yet Thailand is far more diverse than many first imagine. Instead of being defined by one landscape, it is a country of remarkable contrasts. In the north, mountain ranges rise above forests that seem untouched by time. During the cool season, morning mist drifts across pine-covered hills, waterfalls echo through hidden valleys, and temperatures become surprisingly chilly. Villages belonging to ancient hill tribes rest quietly among the mountains, preserving customs that have survived for generations. Here, life follows the rhythm of nature, and every sunrise paints the landscape in shades of gold. Descending southward, those rugged mountains gradually give way to one of the most fertile plains in Southeast Asia. The Chao Phraya River and its countless tributaries have nourished this region for centuries, transforming it into Thailand's agricultural heartland. Endless rice fields stretch toward distant horizons, reflecting the changing colors of the sky like giant mirrors. Rice is far more than a crop here. It represents family, tradition, and survival, providing food for millions while shaping festivals, beliefs, and rural life across the kingdom. Farther south, the landscape changes once again. Forests open into coastlines where towering limestone cliffs rise dramatically from brilliant turquoise waters. Thousands of islands scatter across 2 different seas, each offering its own unique character. On one side lies the Andaman Sea, famous for its emerald bays, dramatic cliffs, and world-class diving. On the other rests the Gulf of Thailand, where gentler waters surround peaceful islands lined with coconut palms and quiet fishing villages. One of Thailand's greatest natural gifts is its unusual climate. Because the country faces 2 separate coastlines, the rainy seasons often arrive at different times. While heavy monsoon clouds may cover one side of the peninsula, sunshine frequently brightens the other. For travelers, this means there is almost always another coastline waiting beneath clear blue skies. But geography alone cannot explain Thailand's extraordinary appeal. The true soul of the country lies in something less visible but deeply present. It exists within its temples, festivals, families, and daily rituals. More than 90% of the population practices Buddhism, and its influence extends far beyond religion. It shapes architecture, education, art, festivals, family life, and even the way people greet one another. Across cities and villages alike, saffron-robed monks begin their mornings before sunrise. Walking barefoot through quiet streets, they collect offerings of rice, fruit, and prepared meals from local residents. This daily tradition has continued for centuries, symbolizing generosity, humility, and the connection between spiritual and everyday life. Even outside temples, spirituality quietly accompanies daily routines. Small spirit houses stand before homes, hotels, businesses, and modern office towers. Beautifully decorated with flowers, incense, candles, and colorful drinks, these miniature shrines honor guardian spirits believed to protect the land. Whether in bustling Bangkok or a remote countryside village, they remind visitors that ancient beliefs continue to coexist peacefully with modern life. Throughout the year, Thailand's calendar fills with festivals that transform entire cities into celebrations of light and gratitude. During Loi Krathong, families gather beside rivers and lakes to release beautifully decorated floating offerings carrying candles across calm waters. Each small light symbolizes letting go of sadness, mistakes, and misfortune while welcoming hope for the future. In northern Thailand, thousands of glowing lanterns rise silently into the night sky, creating one of the most breathtaking spectacles anywhere in the world. Hospitality also defines the nation. Thailand is widely known as the land of smiles, but that simple expression carries remarkable depth. A smile may represent kindness, respect, gratitude, patience, encouragement, or simply the desire to preserve harmony. It is not merely a greeting. It is part of a cultural philosophy that values compassion, dignity, and peaceful coexistence. Food tells another equally important story. Throughout Thailand, meals are rarely rushed. Street markets awaken before dawn as vendors prepare fragrant curries, grilled seafood, spicy noodles, tropical fruits, and desserts crafted from coconut and sticky rice. Families gather around shared dishes, encouraging conversation and connection. Every region proudly preserves recipes passed down through countless generations, each reflecting local ingredients and centuries of cultural exchange. As our journey continues, we'll leave these broad landscapes behind and step into the vibrant heart of Thailand itself. Ahead lies a city where gleaming skyscrapers rise beside centuries-old temples, where riverboats still glide along ancient waterways, and where tradition and modern life blend into one unforgettable rhythm. Our adventure is only beginning, and our next destination will lead us into the magnificent capital that captures every side of Thailand in one extraordinary place. Bangkok. As the first light of dawn begins to shimmer across the Chao Phraya River, Bangkok slowly awakens. Long before the streets fill with traffic and the skyline disappears behind waves of shimmering heat, saffron-robed monks walk silently through quiet neighborhoods, accepting humble offerings from local families. Riverboats begin their daily journeys, market vendors prepare fragrant dishes over glowing charcoal, and golden temple roofs catch the rising sun, reflecting brilliant flashes of light across the city. It is a peaceful beginning that feels almost impossible to imagine once Bangkok reaches its full energy. Yet, this remarkable contrast defines Thailand's extraordinary capital. A city where serenity and chaos exist side by side, where centuries-old traditions continue beneath the shadows of futuristic skyscrapers, and where every street seems to tell a different story. Bangkok is far more than Thailand's largest city. It is the political, cultural, economic, and spiritual heart of the kingdom. Home to well over 10 million people, it ranks among the world's most visited cities, attracting travelers with its endless diversity. Some arrive for its magnificent temples. Others come seeking unforgettable food, lively markets, luxurious shopping, or vibrant nightlife. Yet what keeps visitors fascinated is the city's remarkable ability to unite every aspect of Thai life into one living masterpiece. The city itself owes its existence to the river that flows through its center. The Chao Phraya River has served as Bangkok's lifeline for centuries. Before highways and railways connected the nation, these waterways were Thailand's greatest transportation network. Merchants carried silk, rice, spices, ceramics, and precious timber along the river, while families built wooden homes upon stilts overlooking the water. Even today, ferries, long-tail boats, and express river buses remain an essential part of daily life, offering one of the most authentic ways to experience the city. Floating gently along the river reveals an entirely different side of Bangkok. Modern glass towers rise behind elegant temple spires. Luxury hotels stand beside humble wooden homes. Ancient shrines occupy the same skyline as enormous shopping malls. It is a city that never erased its past while building its future. The story of Bangkok begins during one of the most important moments in Thai history. In 1767, the glorious capital of Ayutthaya was destroyed after a devastating invasion. The kingdom needed a new beginning. Just 15 years later, King Rama III established a new capital on the eastern bank of the Chao Phraya River. That decision would transform a quiet riverside settlement into one of Asia's greatest cities. Unlike many capitals that developed gradually over centuries, Bangkok was carefully planned around royal authority and spiritual significance. At its center stood not only the royal palace, but also one of the most sacred temples in the entire country. Everything else slowly expanded outward, creating the city that millions now call home. Yet Bangkok is famous for something beyond its monuments. It is a city that never seems to stop moving. Traffic flows like an endless river through crowded avenues, while elevated trains glide silently above busy intersections. Colorful tuk-tuks weave effortlessly between cars, motorcycles, and buses. Street musicians perform beneath railway stations, while office workers hurry toward towering skyscrapers. Every neighborhood possesses its own unique rhythm, and no two streets ever feel quite the same. Despite its modern appearance, Bangkok remains deeply connected to everyday traditions. One of the most fascinating examples can be found in its countless local markets. Before sunrise, vendors begin arranging tropical fruits in carefully stacked pyramids. Bright yellow mangoes, dragon fruit, mangosteens, coconuts, bananas, and fragrant pomelos create a spectacular display of color. Nearby, giant woks hiss with sizzling noodles, while fragrant herbs release their unmistakable aromas into the morning air. Garlic, lemongrass, basil, chili, coconut milk, and fresh seafood combine to create flavors that have made Thai cuisine famous across the globe. Street food here is not simply inexpensive dining. It is part of Bangkok's identity. Generations of families have perfected recipes passed from grandparents to grandchildren. Tiny roadside kitchens often prepare dishes that rival those found inside luxury restaurants. Every evening, entire streets transform into open-air dining rooms where locals and visitors gather around plastic tables, sharing meals beneath glowing lanterns and city lights. Among Bangkok's countless culinary treasures are pad thai, aromatic green curry, rich massaman curry, spicy tom yum soup, grilled satay skewers, fresh seafood, and sweet mango sticky rice. Every region of Thailand contributes its own specialties, making the capital a true celebration of the country's incredible culinary diversity. But Bangkok offers far more than remarkable food. The city's markets themselves have become legendary. Traditional floating markets continue the centuries-old practice of buying and selling directly from boats, while enormous weekend markets stretch across thousands of stalls, selling everything from handcrafted art to antiques, clothing, ceramics, spices, and rare collectibles. Wandering through these lively spaces offers an unforgettable glimpse into the creativity and entrepreneurial spirit of Thai culture. One of Bangkok's lesser-known curiosities lies hidden within its official name. While the world simply calls it Bangkok, its ceremonial name is one of the longest place names ever created. Composed of more than 160 letters in Thai, it celebrates the city as the magnificent capital established by heavenly beings and protected by sacred powers. Although few people can recite the entire name, many Thai children still learn it through a memorable song during school. As day gradually fades into evening, Bangkok reveals yet another personality. The setting sun paints the river with golden reflections, while temple rooftops glow against the deepening sky. Rooftop observation decks fill with visitors eager to witness the spectacular sunset above an endless sea of illuminated buildings. Moments later, countless lights awaken across the skyline, transforming the city into a breathtaking display of color. Night markets begin buzzing with activity as musicians perform traditional melodies beside modern pop songs. Families stroll through parks illuminated by decorative lanterns. Boats decorated with colorful lights glide peacefully along the river, carrying passengers beneath historic bridges while the magnificent temples shimmer in the darkness. Even within this fast-moving metropolis, moments of tranquility appear unexpectedly. Hidden gardens, peaceful canals, quiet shrines, and shaded courtyards offer gentle reminders that Bangkok's spiritual heart continues to beat beneath its modern exterior. Nowhere is this harmony between royal power, religious devotion, and artistic brilliance more perfectly expressed than within the walls of Thailand's most sacred temple. Behind magnificent palace gates stands a place where kings have prayed, ceremonies have shaped the destiny of the nation, and one small jade statue has inspired the faith of millions for generations. Our next destination leads us beyond the walls of the Grand Palace into the dazzling sanctuary of Wat Phra Kaew, where the spiritual soul of Thailand shines brighter than gold. The towering walls of the Grand Palace slowly disappear behind us as another side of Thailand begins to reveal itself. Here, every stone, every carving, and every golden rooftop reflects centuries of devotion, artistry, and royal tradition. Yet beyond the palace grounds, the Chao Phraya River continues its timeless journey through Bangkok, carrying boats that glide between some of the country's greatest architectural treasures. On these waters, the story of Thailand has always moved forward. Kings established capitals along its banks, merchants connected distant kingdoms through its currents, and generations of monks crossed its waters on their daily pilgrimages. Following this ancient river now leads us toward landscapes where nature and history become inseparable, beginning with one of Bangkok's most breathtaking landmarks. Across the western bank of the Chao Phraya rises a monument unlike any other in Thailand. As morning sunlight touches its towering silhouette, thousands of tiny porcelain fragments catch the light, transforming the entire structure into a shimmering masterpiece. This is Wat Arun, the Temple of Dawn, one of the most recognizable symbols of Bangkok and one of the finest examples of Thai craftsmanship ever created. Its name perfectly reflects the experience of seeing it at sunrise. As the first golden rays appear above the eastern horizon, the central spire begins to glow with soft shades of pink, gold, and ivory. For centuries, travelers arriving by river have witnessed this extraordinary sight, making Wat Arun one of the first impressions of the Thai kingdom. Unlike many temples decorated primarily with gold, Wat Arun owes its beauty to something surprisingly humble. During the 19th century, trading ships arrived from China carrying valuable ceramics. To stabilize their vessels during long voyages, broken porcelain plates and pottery were used as ballast. Rather than discarding these fragments, Thai craftsmen transformed them into intricate floral mosaics that now cover nearly every surface of the temple. Tiny pieces of shattered porcelain became blossoms, vines, mythical creatures, and delicate geometric patterns, proving that beauty can emerge from even the simplest materials. The central prang, or tower, rises more than 70 meters above the river. Its design represents Mount Meru, the sacred mountain believed in Buddhist and Hindu cosmology to stand at the center of the universe. 4 smaller towers surrounding the main spire symbolize the continents that encircle this mythical peak. Every staircase, every terrace, and every decorative figure carries symbolic meaning, inviting visitors not only to admire the architecture, but also to reflect upon the spiritual universe it represents. Climbing the temple's steep steps offers a breathtaking reward. From the upper terraces, Bangkok stretches endlessly in every direction. The winding Chao Phraya River divides the city into 2 worlds, where gleaming skyscrapers rise beyond clusters of ancient temples and colorful rooftops. It becomes immediately clear that Bangkok is not defined by a single era. Instead, centuries coexist in remarkable harmony. As the river continues southward, it leaves behind the bustling capital and gradually opens toward one of Thailand's most spectacular natural landscapes. Here, towering cliffs emerge directly from emerald waters, creating a scene so surreal that it almost seems imagined. Welcome to Phang Nga Bay. Hidden along Thailand's Andaman coast, Phang Nga Bay is a masterpiece sculpted not by human hands, but by millions of years of geological transformation. More than 300 limestone casts rise dramatically from calm green waters, some reaching heights of over 300 meters. Cloaked in dense tropical vegetation, these vertical islands resemble enormous stone fortresses floating effortlessly upon the sea. Scientists believe these remarkable formations were once part of an ancient coral reef system. Over countless millennia, shifting tectonic plates lifted the limestone above sea level, while rain, wind, and waves slowly carved caves, tunnels, arches, and hidden chambers into the rock. Nature patiently transformed solid mountains into one of Earth's most extraordinary coastal landscapes. Exploring Phang Nga Bay by kayak reveals wonders invisible from larger boats. Narrow passages lead into sea caves where sunlight filters through openings in the ceiling, illuminating spectacular chambers filled with stalactites hanging like crystal chandeliers. Many of these caves open into hidden lagoons completely enclosed by towering cliffs. Locally known as hongs, these secret worlds remain protected from the outside sea, creating peaceful ecosystems where birds nest among jungle-covered walls and mangrove trees flourish in perfect isolation. Silence dominates these hidden lagoons. The only sounds come from dripping water, distant bird song, and the gentle rhythm of paddles touching the surface. It is easy to understand why these mysterious places have inspired legends for centuries. Among all the limestone islands, one formation has achieved worldwide fame. Rising dramatically from the water on a narrow base, a towering limestone pillar appears almost impossibly balanced above the sea. Officially called Koh Tapu, it became internationally recognized after appearing in the 1974 James Bond film The Man with the Golden Gun. Since then, visitors from around the globe have affectionately known it as James Bond Island. Despite its cinematic fame, the island's geological story is even more fascinating than its appearance on screen. Constant erosion continues to shape its narrow base, reminding visitors that even the strongest stone remains vulnerable to the quiet persistence of nature. Beyond the famous viewpoints, local fishing communities continue traditions passed down through generations. One of the most remarkable is Koh Phanyi, a village built almost entirely on wooden stilts above the water. Founded centuries ago by Malay fishermen, the settlement has grown into a vibrant community complete with homes, schools, restaurants, markets, and even a floating football field constructed by local children using recycled materials. Daily life here follows the rhythm of tides rather than traffic, preserving a unique way of living that has endured for generations. As afternoon sunlight dances across the calm waters, Phang Nga Bay reveals new shades of emerald, turquoise, and sapphire. Sea eagles circle above the cliffs, while long-tail boats weave silently between towering islands. Every turn uncovers another breathtaking panorama, another hidden cave, another impossible rock formation shaped only by time. Yet Thailand's coastal wonders are far from over. South of Phang Nga Bay lies an island paradise where towering limestone cliffs embrace brilliant turquoise lagoons, where coral reefs flourish beneath crystal-clear waters, and where one secluded beach became one of the most famous tropical locations ever captured on film. Our journey now continues toward the legendary Phi Phi Islands, where the dream of paradise becomes astonishingly real. The emerald waters of Phang Nga Bay gradually fade behind us, but Thailand's southern coastline has only begun to reveal its greatest treasures. Here, the Andaman Sea stretches toward the horizon in endless shades of turquoise, sapphire, and emerald, embracing islands that seem almost too beautiful to belong to the real world. Towering limestone cliffs rise from the sea like ancient fortresses, protecting hidden lagoons, untouched beaches, and coral reefs that have flourished for thousands of years. It is a landscape where every sunrise paints a different masterpiece, and every tide uncovers another secret waiting to be discovered. Among these countless islands, none have captured the imagination of travelers quite like the Phi Phi Islands. Scattered between Phuket and the coast of Krabi, this remarkable archipelago consists of 6 islands, each shaped by millions of years of geological transformation. The 2 largest, Phi Phi Don and Phi Phi Lay, have become symbols of tropical paradise, attracting visitors from every corner of the world. Yet despite their global fame, The true magic of Phi Phi lies not simply in its beaches but in the extraordinary harmony between land and sea. As boats approach the islands, the scenery becomes increasingly dramatic. Vertical limestone cliffs rise hundreds of feet above the water, their rugged faces softened by dense tropical forests that cling impossibly to the rock. Below them, brilliant white beaches curve gently around quiet bays where the sea is so clear that colorful coral formations can be seen even from the surface. The water itself appears almost unreal. During calm mornings, sunlight penetrates deep into the sea, revealing endless shades of blue that gradually shift from pale turquoise near the shore to rich sapphire farther offshore. Beneath this crystal-clear surface lives one of Thailand's richest marine ecosystems. Colorful coral gardens provide shelter for hundreds of tropical fish species. Clownfish weave among sea anemones, while parrotfish gently graze on coral formations. Sea turtles glide effortlessly through warm currents, and graceful blacktip reef sharks patrol the shallow waters, completely harmless to respectful swimmers. Every dive or snorkeling excursion becomes an unforgettable journey through an underwater world bursting with life. Among all the beaches of the archipelago, one location has become legendary. Hidden behind towering cliffs lies Maya Bay, a nearly perfect crescent of powder-white sand enclosed by limestone walls rising over 100 meters above the sea. The surrounding cliffs shield the bay from strong waves, creating water so calm and transparent that boats appear to float in mid-air. For centuries, Maya Bay remained known mainly to local fishermen and adventurous sailors. Then, in the year 2000, everything changed. The beach became the filming location for The Beach, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Overnight, this once isolated paradise became one of the world's most recognizable tropical destinations. Its breathtaking beauty attracted millions of visitors each year. Speedboats arrived continuously throughout the day, bringing thousands of tourists onto its fragile shoreline. While the growing popularity introduced the world to one of Thailand's greatest natural treasures, it also placed enormous pressure on the delicate ecosystem. Coral reefs suffered extensive damage from boat anchors and pollution. Marine life gradually disappeared from the bay, and the once pristine environment began showing unmistakable signs of exhaustion. Recognizing the urgent need for conservation, Thai authorities made an extraordinary decision. Maya Bay was temporarily closed to tourism, allowing nature the opportunity to recover. For several years, humans stepped aside while the ecosystem slowly healed itself. The results exceeded expectations. Coral reefs began regenerating naturally. Tropical fish returned in astonishing numbers. Blacktip reef sharks once again appeared in the shallow waters, using the protected bay as a nursery for their young. Native vegetation reclaimed damaged sections of the beach, proving that with careful protection, nature possesses an incredible ability to restore itself. Today, visitors are once again welcome to Maya Bay, but under carefully managed conservation rules. Access is limited, boats no longer enter directly onto the beach, and strict environmental regulations help preserve this extraordinary place for future generations. It stands as a powerful reminder that paradise survives only when people choose to protect it. Yet beyond its famous beaches, Phi Phi offers countless hidden wonders. Towering sea caves carved into limestone cliffs have served as shelters for generations of fishermen. Some contain ancient cave paintings, while others are home to swiftlets whose nests have been traditionally harvested for one of Asia's most prized delicacies. Hidden lagoons appear unexpectedly between towering rock walls, accessible only through narrow passages navigated by experienced local boatmen. Leaving behind the towering limestone cliffs of Railay, the Andaman Sea becomes quieter, calmer, and somehow even more peaceful. The crowds begin to fade into the distance, replaced by endless horizons where fishing boats drift slowly beneath golden sunsets and gentle waves wash against untouched beaches. Here, Thailand reveals a gentler rhythm, one that is measured not by busy streets or tourist attractions, but by the tides, the wind, and the timeless traditions of the people who have called these islands home for centuries. Our journey now brings us to Koh Lanta, one of southern Thailand's most tranquil island destinations. Stretching for nearly 30 kilometers along the Andaman coast, Koh Lanta is not defined by towering resorts or crowded beaches. Instead, it welcomes visitors with quiet fishing villages, mangrove forests, hidden coves, and long stretches of golden sand where the loudest sound is often the gentle whisper of the sea. Unlike many famous tropical islands that transformed almost overnight through tourism, Koh Lanta has carefully preserved its authentic character. Life here moves at a slower pace. Wooden fishing boats still leave the harbor before sunrise, local markets continue to serve nearby communities, and families gather along the shoreline each evening to watch the sun disappear into the Andaman Sea. One of the island's most fascinating communities is found in Lanta Old Town. Built almost entirely on wooden stilts above the water, this historic settlement reflects centuries of cultural exchange. Chinese merchants, Malay traders, and Thai fishermen once gathered here, turning the village into an important trading port long before tourism reached the island. Today, colorful wooden houses stand proudly above the sea, connected by narrow walkways lined with small cafes, family-run restaurants, artisan shops, and traditional homes that have remained in the same families for generations. Walking through these quiet streets feels like stepping into another era. Weathered wooden balconies overlook calm waters while fishing nets dry beneath the afternoon sun. Elderly residents greet passing visitors with warm smiles, preserving the genuine hospitality that has long defined life on the island. Koh Lanta is also home to the Urak Lawoi, often called the Sea Gypsies of the Andaman. For centuries, these remarkable people lived almost entirely on the sea. Guided by the stars, the tides, and the changing monsoon winds, they traveled between islands aboard handcrafted wooden boats, fishing sustainably and developing an intimate understanding of the ocean that few people possess today. Although many families now live in permanent villages, their connection with the sea remains unbroken. Traditional ceremonies honoring the ocean continue each year, celebrating both gratitude and respect for the waters that have sustained generations of their ancestors. Beyond its cultural richness, Koh Lanta protects some of southern Thailand's most diverse natural environments. Dense mangrove forests spread across sheltered coastlines, creating vital ecosystems where salt water and fresh water meet. Their tangled roots provide shelter for countless marine species, protecting young fish, crabs, and shrimp before they venture into the open sea. Monitor lizards move silently through the wetlands, while kingfishers flash brilliant blue above quiet channels. Hidden among the branches, long-tailed macaques observe passing boats with curious eyes. These mangrove forests serve another equally important purpose. During tropical storms, they protect coastal communities by absorbing powerful waves and preventing erosion. They remind us that nature often performs its greatest work quietly, without drawing attention to itself. At the southern tip of the island lies Koh Lanta National Park, where tropical rainforest meets dramatic coastal cliffs overlooking the Andaman Sea. As evening approaches, the islands become wonderfully peaceful. Day visitors gradually depart, leaving behind quiet beaches, where only the gentle sound of waves breaks the silence. The setting sun transforms the limestone cliffs into glowing shades of orange and crimson before disappearing beneath the horizon, while countless stars slowly emerge above the calm Andaman Sea. It is easy to understand why so many travelers consider Phi Phi one of the most beautiful places on Earth. Yet, Thailand's coastline continues to surprise us. Leaving the busy islands behind, our journey follows the Andaman coast toward a place where dramatic cliffs meet complete tranquility. Unlike many famous beach destinations, this remarkable peninsula remains untouched by highways and city traffic. There are no bridges connecting it to the mainland, no crowded roads winding through its forests. The only way to arrive is by crossing the sea itself. This is Railay. Separated from the rest of Krabi province by enormous limestone mountains, Railay feels like a hidden world preserved by nature. Although technically part of the mainland, its towering cliffs make land access impossible, creating an island atmosphere without actually being an island. Long-tail boats glide quietly toward narrow beaches framed by spectacular limestone walls that rise almost vertically from the sand. Some cliffs exceed 200 meters in height, their weathered faces covered with tropical vegetation clinging to every available surface. These dramatic formations have transformed Railay into one of the world's greatest rock climbing destinations. Every year, experienced climbers from dozens of countries arrive to challenge the towering limestone walls. Hundreds of climbing routes wind upward across the cliffs, ranging from beginner-friendly ascents to world-class technical challenges. Yet climbing is only one part of Railay's appeal. Walking through narrow jungle paths reveals hidden lagoons, quiet viewpoints, mysterious caves, and secluded beaches where the atmosphere feels almost timeless. One of the peninsula's most fascinating locations is Phra Nang Cave Beach, where local fishermen have long honored the legendary princess goddess of the sea. Inside a small cave, colorful offerings are placed as symbols of respect and hope for protection during dangerous voyages. The tradition continues today, blending ancient folklore with everyday life along Thailand's southern coast. Farther inland, adventurous travelers climb steep jungle trails leading toward a hidden lagoon enclosed by towering cliffs. During the rainy season, emerald water fills this natural basin, creating an almost mythical landscape hidden deep within the limestone mountains. Railay's greatest luxury, however, is not found in expensive resorts or crowded attractions. It is found in silence. Without roads or traffic, the sounds of nature become impossible to ignore. Waves gently reach the shore. Tropical birds call from the forest canopy. Palm leaves rustle softly in the ocean breeze. Even time itself seems to slow down. As darkness settles across the peninsula, the limestone cliffs become black silhouettes against a sky overflowing with stars. Fishing boats drift quietly offshore, while glowing plankton occasionally illuminate the water with tiny flashes of blue light, creating one final reminder that nature still holds wonders beyond imagination. But our adventure along Thailand's Andaman coast is far from over. Farther south, beyond these dramatic cliffs, lies an island where sunsets unfold over peaceful beaches. Ancient sea nomads continue traditions passed down for centuries, and untouched rainforests meet the gentle rhythm of the ocean. Our next destination leads us to the quiet beauty of Koh Lanta, where a different side of tropical Thailand patiently awaits. A narrow hiking trail winds beneath towering trees, alive with birdsong, butterflies, and the occasional call of hornbills, echoing through the forest canopy. At the end of the trail stands one of Koh Lanta's most recognizable landmarks, a solitary white lighthouse perched above rugged cliffs. From this peaceful viewpoint, the sea stretches endlessly toward the horizon, where distant islands appear like faint green silhouettes rising from the water. During sunset, the entire landscape glows with warm shades of orange and crimson, creating one of the island's most unforgettable panoramas. Yet Thailand's natural wonders continue far beyond these peaceful shores. Leaving Koh Lanta behind, our journey returns briefly to the mainland, where one of Earth's oldest surviving rainforests has quietly flourished for millions of years. Welcome to Khao Sok National Park. Long before humans built kingdoms, temples, or cities, this extraordinary wilderness already covered southern Thailand. Scientists estimate that Khao Sok's rainforest is approximately 160 million years old, making it even older than the Amazon rainforest. Through changing climates, shifting continents, and countless natural events, this ancient ecosystem has survived almost unchanged. Entering Khao Sok feels like stepping into a forgotten world. Towering limestone mountains rise dramatically above dense jungle, their jagged peaks disappearing into drifting morning mist. Giant trees reach toward the sky, their massive trunks wrapped in vines and moss that have accumulated over countless decades. The air carries the scent of wet earth, flowering plants, and tropical vegetation, while distant waterfalls provide a constant natural soundtrack hidden deep within the forest. This rainforest supports an astonishing diversity of life. Asian elephants wander quietly through remote valleys, leaving enormous footprints in soft forest soil. Malayan tapirs move silently beneath the dense canopy during the night, while agile white-handed gibbons swing effortlessly between towering trees, their haunting morning calls echoing across the jungle long before sunrise. More than 300 bird species inhabit these forests, including magnificent hornbills, whose enormous colorful beaks make them among Southeast Asia's most recognizable birds. High above the canopy, eagles circle patiently, while countless butterflies drift through sunlit clearings below. Among Khao Sok's most extraordinary botanical treasures grows one of the world's largest and strangest flowers. The Rafflesia, sometimes exceeding 80 centimeters across, blooms only for a few brief days before fading away. Unlike ordinary flowers, it produces an odor resembling decaying flesh, attracting flies that unknowingly pollinate it. Hidden beneath the rainforest canopy, this remarkable plant reminds visitors that even nature's most unusual creations play essential roles within the ecosystem. At the heart of the park lies Chio Lan Lake, a breathtaking reservoir surrounded by towering limestone peaks that rise directly from emerald green waters. Created during the 1980s following the construction of a hydroelectric dam, the lake unexpectedly formed one of Thailand's most spectacular landscapes. Hundreds of forest-covered limestone towers now emerge from perfectly still water, creating scenery often compared to China's famous karst mountains. Floating bungalows gently rest upon the lake's calm surface, allowing visitors to spend nights surrounded by complete silence. As darkness falls, distant animal calls echo across the water, while millions of stars appear overhead, undisturbed by city lights. Early mornings bring another unforgettable experience. A thin layer of mist drifts across the lake while the first sunlight illuminates the limestone cliffs. Gibbons begin singing from the surrounding forest, and hornbills glide gracefully between towering trees. It is a moment of extraordinary tranquility where time itself seems to pause. Exploring Cheo Lan Lake by longtail boat reveals hidden caves, narrow inlets, and quiet coves inaccessible by road. Crystal-clear reflections transform the towering cliffs into perfect mirror images, making it almost impossible to distinguish where the mountains end and the water begins. Khao Sok is more than a national park. It is a living reminder of the ancient forests that once covered much of our planet, preserving ecosystems that have endured since the age of dinosaurs. Every towering tree, every winding river, and every hidden valley tells a story written over millions of years. Yet the wonders of southern Thailand do not end above the water. Beyond the rainforest and limestone mountains lies another extraordinary world, hidden beneath the surface of the Andaman Sea. There, crystal-clear waters reveal vibrant coral reefs, enormous granite boulders, graceful manta rays, sea turtles, and one of the richest underwater ecosystems on Earth. Our next destination takes us into the legendary Similan Islands, where the greatest treasures of Thailand are found beneath the waves. Far beyond the emerald forests of Khao Sok, where the rainforest finally gives way to the endless horizon of the Andaman Sea, another hidden kingdom begins. It is a world without roads, cities, or towering temples. Here, the greatest treasures lie beneath the waves, where sunlight filters through crystal-clear water and illuminates one of the richest marine ecosystems on Earth. This is a place where every dive reveals a new wonder, where giant granite boulders appear to float beneath the sea, and where nature continues to thrive in extraordinary balance. Welcome to the Similan Islands, one of Thailand's most spectacular natural sanctuaries. Scattered across the northern Andaman Sea, the Similan Islands consist of 11 protected islands that rise from brilliant turquoise waters like emerald jewels. Their name comes from the Malay word Sembilan, meaning 9, referring to the original group of islands before the marine park expanded. Today, this protected archipelago is recognized as one of the world's premier diving destinations, attracting marine biologists, underwater photographers, and adventurers from across the globe. At first glance, the islands appear almost untouched by civilization. Dense tropical forests cover their interiors, while enormous granite boulders rest along brilliant white beaches sculpted by thousands of years of wind and waves. Unlike the dramatic limestone cliffs found elsewhere in southern Thailand, the Similan Islands possess a completely different geological identity. Their rounded granite formations are among the oldest exposed rocks in Southeast Asia, weathered into smooth shapes that seem almost impossible in nature. Standing atop one of these massive rocks, the sea stretches endlessly in every direction. From this elevated viewpoint, countless shades of blue blend together beneath the tropical sun, creating an ocean so clear that coral reefs can often be seen from above. It is difficult to believe that an even greater world exists beneath the surface. As divers descend into these warm waters, an entirely different universe begins to emerge. Visibility often exceeds 30 meters, allowing sunlight to penetrate deep into the sea. Giant granite formations create underwater valleys, caves, tunnels, and arches that resemble forgotten cities carved by nature itself. Soft corals sway gently with the currents, while enormous sea fans spread like delicate underwater trees. Thousands of marine creatures call these reefs home. Schools of brilliant yellow snappers move together with remarkable precision, changing direction as though guided by a single mind. Colorful butterfly fish, angelfish, and parrotfish weave effortlessly among coral gardens bursting with life. Moray eels watch cautiously from hidden crevices, while octopuses camouflage themselves perfectly against rocky surfaces, disappearing almost instantly before curious eyes. Perhaps the most graceful visitors of the Similan Islands are the giant manta rays. With wingspans reaching over 7 meters, these magnificent creatures glide silently through the water with breathtaking elegance. Despite their enormous size, manta rays feed almost exclusively on microscopic plankton, filtering tiny organisms as they move effortlessly through ocean currents. Watching one drift overhead is an unforgettable experience, inspiring both wonder and humility. During certain months of the year, even larger visitors occasionally appear. Whale sharks, the largest fish on Earth, migrate through the Andaman Sea in search of plankton-rich waters. Reaching lengths of more than 12 meters, these gentle giants move with astonishing calm, completely indifferent to the divers fortunate enough to encounter them. Despite their immense size, whale sharks pose no danger to humans, feeding peacefully while creating one of the ocean's most extraordinary wildlife experiences. Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles also thrive throughout the marine park. Many return to these protected waters year after year, navigating vast distances across the Indian Ocean before arriving at familiar feeding grounds. Their survival depends heavily upon healthy coral reefs, making the conservation of places like the Similan Islands essential for future generations. Recognizing the fragility of this underwater paradise, Thailand has implemented strict environmental protections. Every year, the Similan Islands close to tourism for several months during the monsoon season. This annual closure allows coral reefs to recover naturally while giving marine life an opportunity to breed and thrive without disturbance. Visitor numbers are carefully managed, and many areas remain permanently protected from human activity. These conservation efforts have produced remarkable results. Healthy coral ecosystems continue supporting hundreds of marine species, while populations of sea turtles, reef sharks, and manta rays remain among the strongest anywhere in the region. The Similan Islands have become a powerful example of how responsible tourism and environmental protection can work together to preserve some of Earth's most valuable ecosystems. Yet, Thailand's relationship with the sea extends far beyond diving and marine conservation. Crossing the peninsula toward the opposite coastline, the atmosphere changes completely. The Andaman's dramatic waves give way to the calmer waters of the Gulf of Thailand, where dozens of emerald islands rest peacefully beneath wide tropical skies. Among them lies one of the country's most enchanting archipelagos. Known as Ang Thong Marine National Park, this collection of 42 limestone islands appears almost untouched by time. Their steep cliffs rise directly from calm emerald waters, covered by dense rainforest that spills toward hidden beaches and secluded coves. Unlike the bustling tourist destinations found elsewhere, much of Ang Thong remains completely uninhabited, allowing nature to flourish in remarkable isolation. Approaching the islands by boat feels like entering another world. Towering cliffs surround narrow channels where only small boats and kayaks can pass. White-bellied sea eagles circle high above the limestone peaks, while colorful kingfishers dart across the quiet shoreline. Beneath the surface, vibrant coral reefs continue supporting countless marine species, while hidden beaches remain accessible only by sea. Perhaps the park's most extraordinary feature is hidden inside one of its islands. Emerald Lake, locally known as Talay Nai, is a perfectly enclosed saltwater lagoon concealed within towering limestone walls. Connected to the open sea through underground tunnels beneath the rock, the lake remains invisible until visitors climb a steep staircase through dense tropical forest. Reaching the summit reveals one of Thailand's most breathtaking panoramas. The brilliant emerald water rests silently within a circular basin surrounded by sheer cliffs draped in lush vegetation. Sunlight reflects from the calm surface, creating colors so vivid they appear almost unreal. It is easy to understand why this remarkable landscape inspired scenes in the famous novel The Beach, long before the story was adapted for cinema. Kayaking through Ang Thong offers another unforgettable perspective. Paddling quietly beneath towering cliffs allows visitors to discover hidden caves, narrow passages, and deserted beaches inaccessible to larger vessels. Every turn reveals another untouched island, another dramatic limestone formation, another quiet bay where nature continues undisturbed. As evening approaches, the sea becomes almost perfectly still. The final rays of sunlight paint the limestone peaks with warm shades of gold, while distant islands slowly fade into silhouettes against the horizon. Fishing boats drift peacefully across calm waters, and the tropical sky begins filling with countless stars. In these quiet moments, it becomes clear that Thailand's greatest luxury is not found in resorts or cities, but in the extraordinary beauty of its natural landscapes. Yet our journey is about to leave the sea behind once more. Far to the northeast, rising above an extinct volcano, stands an ancient sanctuary built by the mighty Khmer Empire. Here, stone stairways climb toward the heavens. Sunrise aligns perfectly through 15 sacred doorways, and one of Thailand's oldest architectural masterpieces continues to celebrate the remarkable achievements of a civilization that flourished more than 1,000 years ago. Our next destination leads us inland to the magnificent sanctuary of Phnom Rong, where history, astronomy, and spiritual devotion come together in one unforgettable monument. Leaving behind the shimmering waters of the Gulf of Thailand, our journey turns inland once again. The sea slowly disappears behind distant hills as fertile plains stretch toward the horizon, giving way to volcanic highlands that have silently watched civilizations rise and fall for more than 1,000 years. Here, Thailand reveals another remarkable chapter of its history, one written not upon beaches or rivers, but in sandstone, sacred geometry, and extraordinary engineering. Long before modern borders existed, powerful kingdoms flourished across this region, leaving behind monuments that continue to astonish visitors today. Standing proudly atop the rim of an extinct volcano is one of Thailand's greatest archaeological treasures, Phnom Rong. Unlike many of the country's Buddhist temples, Phnom Rong belongs to an entirely different cultural world. It was built by the Khmer Empire between the 10th and 13th centuries, during a time when its influence stretched across much of mainland Southeast Asia. Although modern Cambodia is home to the famous temples of Angkor, the empire once extended deep into what is now northeastern Thailand, leaving behind magnificent sanctuaries that still preserve its architectural brilliance. Approaching Phnom Rong feels like climbing toward another era. A grand ceremonial walkway lined with elegant stone columns leads visitors toward the sanctuary. Beyond it, a majestic staircase ascends the ancient volcanic hill, symbolizing the spiritual journey from the earthly world toward the heavens. Every step carries pilgrims closer to the sacred summit, where one of the finest examples of Khmer architecture rises against the open sky. Constructed from warm pink sandstone and laterite, the temple glows beautifully beneath the morning sun. Intricate carvings cover nearly every doorway and lintel, depicting scenes from Hindu mythology with astonishing precision. Gods, celestial dancers, mythical serpents, and sacred guardians emerge from the stone as though frozen in motion, their details surviving more than a millennium of tropical weather. Originally dedicated to Lord Shiva, Phnom Rung served as both a place of worship and a symbolic representation of Mount Kailash, the mythical home of the Hindu gods. Its entire design reflects ancient cosmological beliefs, where architecture became a physical expression of the universe itself. Yet one remarkable feature has made Phnom Rung famous far beyond Thailand. Twice each year, during specific moments determined by the Earth's position around the sun, the first rays of dawn shine perfectly through all 15 doorways of the sanctuary. For only a few magical minutes, sunlight travels in a perfectly straight line from one end of the temple to the other, illuminating every chamber exactly as the ancient architects intended more than 1,000 years ago. Thousands of visitors gather before sunrise to witness this extraordinary alignment. As darkness slowly gives way to light, a single golden beam pierces the temple, creating one of Southeast Asia's most breathtaking astronomical spectacles. It is a reminder that ancient builders were not only master craftsmen, but also remarkable astronomers, capable of designing monuments with astonishing precision. Walking through the sanctuary after sunrise reveals an atmosphere of peaceful solitude. Gentle breezes pass through ancient corridors, while birds nest among weathered stones. From the hilltop, sweeping views extend across the surrounding countryside, where rice fields and distant villages replace the bustling cities of modern Thailand. History here feels alive. Every carved doorway tells stories of forgotten kingdoms. Every weathered stone reflects centuries of devotion, conflict, and resilience. Although many travelers know Angkor Wat, Phnom Rung remains one of Thailand's most rewarding hidden treasures, offering the same architectural grandeur without overwhelming crowds. Yet Thailand has another temple unlike anything else on Earth. Leaving the ancient sandstone sanctuary behind, our route leads north toward Chiang Rai, where imagination and spirituality merge into a masterpiece that seems to belong more to a dream than to reality. At first glance, it appears impossible. Brilliant white towers sparkle beneath the tropical sun like freshly fallen snow. Thousands of tiny mirrored fragments reflect light in every direction, causing the entire structure to shimmer as though carved from crystal. Unlike the ancient temples that preserve the past, this extraordinary monument represents a vision of Thailand's future while remaining deeply rooted in Buddhist philosophy. This is Wat Rong Kun, better known around the world as the White Temple. Although it resembles a centuries-old sanctuary, construction began only in 1997. The temple is the lifelong creation of celebrated Thai artist Chalam Chai Kosit Pipat, who dreamed of building a monument unlike any other ever created. Rather than accepting government funding, he chose to finance the project largely with his own resources, ensuring complete artistic freedom over every detail. The result is extraordinary. Unlike traditional temples covered in gold, the White Temple shines entirely in white, symbolizing the purity of the Buddha. Embedded within the plaster are millions of tiny mirrored pieces that sparkle under sunlight, representing wisdom illuminating the entire universe. Crossing the entrance bridge is far more than a simple walk. Below, Hundreds of sculpted hands reach upward from a sea of white, symbolizing human desire, greed, and suffering. They seem to plead for salvation, reminding every visitor of the temptations that bind humanity to worldly attachment. Only by crossing beyond these outstretched hands can one symbolically leave behind earthly desires and continue toward spiritual enlightenment. Every step becomes part of the story. Inside the main temple, visitors encounter something entirely unexpected. Traditional Buddhist imagery shares space with symbols of the modern world. Alongside sacred figures appear paintings inspired by contemporary culture, including superheroes, astronauts, aircraft, and even scenes reflecting humanity's technological age. Rather than feeling out of place, these surprising elements serve a deeper purpose. The artist uses familiar modern symbols to illustrate timeless Buddhist teachings, suggesting that while civilizations evolve, the human struggle between wisdom, compassion, greed, fear, and hope remains unchanged. Outside, the temple grounds continue revealing extraordinary sculptures. Elegant, mythical creatures guard peaceful ponds where koi fish glide beneath graceful bridges. Delicate pavilions sparkle beneath the sun, while carefully designed gardens create moments of quiet reflection. Every statue, every carving, and every pathway contributes to a carefully orchestrated spiritual journey rather than simply serving as decoration. Unlike ancient monuments preserved exactly as they were centuries ago, the White Temple continues evolving. Construction remains ongoing, with new buildings, galleries, and artistic details added over time according to the creator's vision. It is both an active place of worship and a living work of art, constantly growing while inviting each generation to interpret its meaning in new ways. As evening approaches, the white surfaces begin reflecting warm golden light before gradually shifting to soft shades of pink beneath the setting sun. When darkness finally falls, carefully placed illumination transforms the temple into an almost ethereal vision, floating against the night sky like a palace built entirely from light. Thailand has always embraced both tradition and innovation. Few places demonstrate that balance more beautifully than the White Temple, where ancient spiritual wisdom meets contemporary artistic imagination without losing its cultural identity. But our journey is now preparing to enter a completely different world. Leaving Chiang Rai behind, we travel south through forested mountains toward a city that has served as the cultural heart of northern Thailand for more than 7 centuries. Surrounded by ancient walls, filled with hundreds of sacred temples, fragrant night markets, and traditions carefully preserved across generations, it offers a slower, more intimate view of Thai life. Our next destination is Chiang Mai, where the history of the ancient Lanna Kingdom continues to shape everyday life beneath the mist-covered mountains of northern Thailand. The farther we travel into northern Thailand, the more the pace of life begins to soften. The highways become quieter, the air grows cooler, and the mountains gradually rise above the horizon, wrapped in layers of morning mist. Here, centuries-old traditions are not preserved behind museum walls. They remain part of everyday life. Temple bells echo across sleepy neighborhoods before sunrise. Monks walk silently through narrow streets collecting alms, and the scent of incense drifts through markets where artisans continue practicing crafts passed down for generations. This is northern Thailand, a region where history, spirituality, and nature exist in remarkable harmony. At its heart stands Chiang Mai, the cultural capital of the north and one of the country's most beloved cities. Founded in 1296 by King Mangrai, Chiang Mai became the capital of the ancient Lanna Kingdom, a prosperous realm that flourished long before modern Thailand emerged. Its strategic location along important trade routes connected China, Myanmar, Laos, and Siam, transforming the city into a center of commerce, religion, and craftsmanship. Even today, traces of that remarkable history remain visible throughout the old city. Unlike Bangkok's sprawling skyline, Chiang Mai feels intimate. The historic center is enclosed within ancient brick walls and a wide defensive moat that has protected the city for more than 7 centuries. Walking through its quiet streets feels like entering another era. Narrow lanes weave between centuries-old temples, traditional wooden houses, shaded courtyards, and peaceful cafes, while towering trees provide welcome relief from the tropical sun. More than 300 Buddhist temples are scattered across Chiang Mai, each telling a different chapter of the city's spiritual story. Some display magnificent golden chedis that shimmer beneath the morning light. Others preserve intricate teakwood carvings, colorful murals, or peaceful meditation halls where monks continue practicing traditions that have remained unchanged for centuries. Perhaps the most magical moment in Chiang Mai arrives before sunrise. As darkness slowly fades, monks dressed in saffron robes emerge quietly from their temples. Barefoot and carrying simple alms bowls, they walk silently through residential streets while local families kneel respectfully to offer rice, fruit, or freshly prepared meals. No words are exchanged. The ritual reflects humility, generosity, and gratitude, values deeply rooted within Thai Buddhist culture. Later in the day, Chiang Mai transforms once again. Bustling markets fill the streets with color and fragrance. Skilled artisans display hand-woven textiles, silver jewelry, carved wooden sculptures, handmade umbrellas, and delicate ceramics, created using techniques refined over generations. Every workshop reveals another aspect of northern Thailand's extraordinary artistic heritage. As evening falls, the famous Night Bazaar awakens. Lanterns illuminate long streets lined with food stalls, musicians perform beneath ancient trees, and the irresistible aromas of grilled seafood, spicy sausages, coconut desserts, and fragrant curries fill the cool evening air. Visitors from around the world gather alongside local families, creating an atmosphere that feels welcoming rather than hurried. Yet Chiang Mai is more than temples and markets. Surrounding the city are rolling mountains covered with dense forests, waterfalls, coffee plantations, and small villages where diverse hill tribes continue preserving languages, clothing, and customs that differ from those found anywhere else in Thailand. These mountain communities add another rich layer to the cultural tapestry of the region. Watching over them all is Thailand's highest mountain. Rising more than 2,500 meters above sea level, Doi Inthanon dominates the northern skyline. Known as the Roof of Thailand, this majestic peak forms the centerpiece of Doi Inthanon National Park, one of the country's most remarkable protected landscapes. The journey toward its summit climbs steadily through changing ecosystems. At lower elevations, tropical forests are alive with butterflies, orchids, and towering hardwood trees. As the road ascends, the vegetation gradually transforms. Moss-covered branches replace broad-leafed forests, ferns blanket the ground, and cool mountain air replaces the tropical heat below. For many visitors, one of the greatest surprises awaits near the summit. Although Thailand is widely associated with warm weather, temperatures here can occasionally fall close to freezing during the cool season. Frost sometimes blankets grassy meadows before dawn, creating scenes few travelers ever expect to witness in Southeast Asia. As morning sunlight slowly breaks through drifting clouds, breathtaking panoramas unfold across endless layers of mountains stretching toward the horizon. During certain mornings, valleys below disappear beneath a sea of white mist, leaving only distant peaks visible above the clouds. It feels less like standing on a mountain and more like floating above another world. Near the summit stand two elegant royal pagodas built to honor King Bhumibol Adulyadej and Queen Sirikit. Surrounded by beautifully landscaped gardens filled with colorful flowers from around the world, these graceful monuments overlook sweeping mountain vistas that rank among Thailand's most spectacular viewpoints. Doi Inthanon is also a paradise for wildlife enthusiasts. More than 360 bird species inhabit the national park, making it one of Southeast Asia's premier birdwatching destinations. Brilliant sunbirds, colorful minivets, and rare green-tailed sunbirds dart through flowering trees, while waterfalls thunder through deep forest valleys below. Among the park's many natural attractions are several magnificent waterfalls. Mai Ya Waterfall cascades gracefully down wide granite cliffs in dozens of separate streams, creating one of the country's most photogenic landscapes. Wachirathan Waterfall plunges powerfully through dense rainforest, sending cool mist drifting into the surrounding forest, where vibrant mosses and orchids thrive in the constant moisture. Beyond its natural beauty, Doi Inthanon also supports local farming communities. Terraced fields stretch across mountain slopes where villagers cultivate coffee, strawberries, vegetables, and flowers suited to the cooler climate. Sustainable agriculture has gradually replaced practices that once threatened the forests, demonstrating how conservation and local livelihoods can successfully exist together. Descending from the summit, the scenery changes once more. The cool mountain forests gradually give way to peaceful valleys where rivers wind through rice paddies, reflecting the open sky. Bamboo bridges cross emerald fields, hot springs bubble quietly beneath forest canopies, and small cafes overlook landscapes that seem designed for complete relaxation. Hidden among these mountains lies a destination unlike anywhere else in Thailand. It is not famous for monumental temples or dramatic coastlines. Instead, it has become a sanctuary for those seeking simplicity, tranquility, and a slower rhythm of life. This is Pai. Nestled within a lush valley surrounded by forested hills, Pai feels wonderfully disconnected from the modern world. Reaching it requires traveling one of Thailand's most famous mountain roads, a winding route featuring more than 700 curves that twist through spectacular scenery before finally revealing the peaceful village below. Life in Pai unfolds gently. Morning fog drifts across endless rice fields, while wooden bridges stretch over quiet streams. Small cafes built from bamboo overlook green valleys where farmers continue working the land much as their ancestors did generations ago. Hot springs hidden within nearby forests provide natural pools of steaming mineral water, while narrow walking trails lead toward waterfalls tucked deep within the surrounding hills. As evening approaches, the village glows beneath soft lantern light. Local musicians perform beside open-air markets, handmade crafts fill small shops, and visitors gather along the riverside simply to watch another spectacular sunset disappear behind the mountains. Yet Pai is only one chapter of northern Thailand's remarkable story. Farther west, where mist-covered peaks meet the border with Myanmar, lies one of the country's most isolated and culturally fascinating regions. Here, ancient traditions remain deeply rooted. Diverse ethnic communities continue preserving their unique identities, and the mountains themselves seem to guard secrets that have survived for centuries. Our journey now continues toward the quiet frontier town of Mai Hong Son, where Thailand's remote northern wilderness reveals one final hidden treasure before we begin our return toward the heart of the kingdom. Beyond the peaceful valley of Pai, the mountains become even more rugged, their forested ridges stretching endlessly toward the horizon. Morning fog lingers longer here, drifting silently through pine-covered hills before dissolving beneath the tropical sun. Roads become narrower, villages more scattered, and the modern world seems to fade behind every winding curve. This is Thailand's remote frontier, where cultures have blended for centuries and where nature continues to shape daily life more than anything else. Hidden among these mountains lies Mai Hong Son, one of Thailand's most secluded provinces. Often called the City of Three Mists, Mai Hong Son remains surrounded by dense mountain ranges that once made it one of the most isolated places in the country. For generations, reaching this region required days of travel through thick forests, often on horseback or by elephant. That isolation preserved not only its spectacular landscapes, but also its remarkable cultural identity. Situated only a short distance from the border with Myanmar, Mai Hong Son reflects centuries of interaction between different peoples. Burmese-style temples stand beside traditional Thai buildings, while the influence of the Shan people can be seen in architecture, language, cuisine, and religious ceremonies. Unlike the bustling cities farther south, life here follows a gentle rhythm shaped by the mountains. At sunrise, a thin layer of mist often floats above the small lake in the center of town. White temple walls reflect softly upon the still water, while golden pagodas catch the first rays of light. It is a scene of remarkable tranquility, where the silence feels almost sacred. Among the city's most beautiful landmarks are Wat Chong Kam and Wat Chong Klang, two neighboring temples that have stood beside the lake for generations. Their elegant multi-tiered roofs and intricate Burmese-inspired designs create a unique architectural style rarely found elsewhere in Thailand. As evening arrives, hundreds of lanterns illuminate the temples, transforming their reflections into shimmering ribbons of gold across the water. Beyond the town itself, mountain roads lead toward traditional villages where ancient customs remain very much alive. Several ethnic communities continue preserving their languages, colorful clothing, weaving techniques, and seasonal festivals. Walking through these villages offers visitors a rare opportunity to witness traditions that have survived despite the rapid modernization taking place elsewhere. Nature, however, remains the greatest attraction. Rolling hills covered with dense forests extend toward every horizon, interrupted only by rice terraces, winding rivers, and occasional waterfalls hidden beneath towering trees. During the rainy season, the mountains burst into countless shades of green, while the cool season blankets entire valleys beneath spectacular seas of clouds. Perhaps nowhere is this beauty more evident than at sunrise from the surrounding viewpoints. As darkness slowly lifts, mountain peaks begin emerging above the morning mist one after another, creating the illusion of islands floating upon an endless white ocean. It is one of northern Thailand's most unforgettable spectacles. Yet our journey cannot remain forever among these peaceful mountains. Leaving the northern frontier behind, we begin traveling south once more. The forests gradually become warmer, the valleys wider, and modern highways reconnect us with central Thailand. Before long, another extraordinary landscape appears, one where untouched wilderness survives surprisingly close to the nation's largest metropolis. Only a few hours from Bangkok lies Khao Yai National Park, Thailand's oldest national park and one of Southeast Asia's greatest conservation success stories. Established in 1962, Khao Yai became the country's very first national park, protecting more than 2,000 square kilometers of forests, grasslands, rivers, and mountains. It later earned recognition as part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site, preserving one of Asia's richest ecosystems for future generations. Entering the park feels like crossing into another world. The sounds of traffic disappear almost immediately, replaced by birdsong, rustling leaves, and distant waterfalls. Dense evergreen forests cover rolling hills, while mist drifts quietly between towering trees. Although Bangkok lies only a few hours away, the wilderness feels wonderfully untouched. Khao Yai shelters an astonishing variety of wildlife. Wild Asian elephants roam freely through the forests, often appearing unexpectedly along quiet roads or gathering near natural salt licks where essential minerals can be found. Watching these magnificent animals in their natural habitat is among Thailand's greatest wildlife experiences. Unlike captive elephants, these herds live entirely according to nature's rhythms. Family groups travel together through the forest, communicating with deep, low-frequency calls almost impossible for humans to hear. Older females guide younger members, while calves remain protected within the center of the herd. The park also supports one of Thailand's healthiest populations of gaur, the world's largest wild cattle species. These powerful animals quietly graze within open meadows, while elusive sambar deer emerge cautiously during the cooler hours of dawn and dusk. Above the forest canopy, another remarkable world unfolds. White-handed gibbons greet each sunrise with haunting songs that echo for kilometers through the trees. Their powerful calls strengthen family bonds while marking territories hidden within the dense jungle. Watching these agile primates swing effortlessly between branches demonstrates the incredible diversity of life thriving within the park. Bird enthusiasts consider Khao Yai a true paradise. More than 400 bird species have been recorded here, including magnificent great hornbills. With their enormous yellow beaks and distinctive casque, these remarkable birds glide gracefully above the rainforest, often traveling in lifelong pairs. Their presence serves as an important indicator of a healthy forest ecosystem. Hidden deeper within the jungle, waterfalls cascade dramatically through rocky gorges. The most famous is Hao Narok Waterfall, whose name translates as Hell's Abyss. Water plunges nearly 150 meters through multiple levels before disappearing into the dense forest below. During the rainy season, its immense power creates thunderous echoes that can be heard long before the waterfall comes into view. Another spectacular cascade, Hao Suwat Waterfall, became internationally recognized after appearing in the film The Beach. Surrounded by lush vegetation, its graceful curtain of water falls into a crystal-clear pool that perfectly captures the peaceful atmosphere of Khao Yai. As daylight slowly fades, the forest undergoes another remarkable transformation. Nocturnal creatures begin emerging from hidden shelters, while countless insects create an endless chorus beneath the darkening sky. Civets, porcupines, owls, and flying squirrels quietly begin their nightly routines, reminding visitors that the jungle never truly sleeps. Yet Thailand's natural beauty continues to surprise us. Farther west, another protected forest hides one of the country's most beloved waterfalls. Unlike the powerful cascades of Khao Yai, this destination is celebrated for something entirely different. Here, brilliant turquoise pools form natural terraces beneath dense jungle canopies, inviting visitors to climb alongside crystal-clear water that sparkles beneath the tropical sun. This is Erawan National Park, where 7 magnificent waterfalls cascade through emerald forests, creating one of Thailand's most enchanting natural wonders. Our journey continues toward this breathtaking landscape, where legend, mythology, and the beauty of flowing water come together in perfect harmony. The dense forests of Khao Yai gradually disappear behind us as our journey continues westward, where rivers carve their way through limestone hills hidden beneath thick jungle canopies. Here, nature has spent thousands of years shaping one of Thailand's most beloved landscapes. Crystal clear water tumbles gently over smooth limestone terraces, forming pools so brilliantly turquoise that they appear almost unreal. Every level invites travelers farther into the forest, rewarding every step with another breathtaking scene. This is Erawan National Park, a place where water, myth, and tropical wilderness come together in perfect harmony. Named after Airavata, the legendary 3-headed white elephant from Hindu and Buddhist mythology, Erawan National Park protects one of Thailand's most spectacular waterfall systems. According to local tradition, the highest tier of the waterfall resembles the sacred elephant's head, inspiring the park's unforgettable name. Unlike towering waterfalls that plunge dramatically into deep valleys, Erawan Falls unfolds gracefully through 7 separate tiers, each possessing its own unique personality. Water flows gently across smooth limestone shelves before collecting in emerald pools surrounded by lush rainforest. As sunlight filters through the forest canopy, the mineral-rich water reflects brilliant shades of turquoise, jade, and sapphire, creating colors that seem almost impossible in nature. The journey to the highest level becomes an adventure in itself. Wooden bridges cross clear streams, while shaded trails wind beneath towering bamboo, giant fig trees, and flowering tropical plants. Butterflies drift through beams of sunlight, and birds hidden among the dense foliage provide a constant soundtrack for the climb. Along the way, visitors often pause beside the natural pools, where tiny fish gently gather around their feet, creating one of the park's most memorable experiences. Each waterfall level reveals a different landscape. Some form wide, natural swimming pools where families relax beneath the cool forest shade. Others tumble over sculpted limestone cliffs before disappearing into narrow channels hidden among moss-covered rocks. The higher the climb, the quieter the surroundings become. By the time visitors reach the 7th tier, the sounds of civilization have completely vanished, replaced only by rushing water and the songs of tropical birds. Beyond its waterfalls, Erawan National Park protects an extraordinary diversity of wildlife. Hidden within its forests live macaques, monitor lizards, wild boar, civets, and numerous bird species. Caves scattered throughout the limestone hills shelter colonies of bats, while underground streams continue carving the landscape far below the surface. Every trail reveals another reminder that this region remains wonderfully alive. Leaving the peaceful forest behind, our route follows the rivers eastward toward one of Thailand's oldest engineering achievements, where water has shaped history in an entirely different way. Long before highways connected central Thailand, canals served as the country's most important transportation routes. Farmers, traders, and merchants relied upon these waterways to move goods between villages and cities, creating communities that flourished directly above the water itself. Among them, none has become more famous than Dam Noan Saduak Floating Market. Constructed during the reign of King Rama IV in the 19th century, the canal originally connected two major rivers to improve transportation and trade across the fertile plains west of Bangkok. Over time, families settled along its banks, building homes, shops and markets that transformed the canal into a thriving commercial center. Even today, arriving before sunrise offers a glimpse into a tradition that has survived for generations. Wooden boats slowly emerge from quiet side canals, each carefully loaded with colorful fruits, fragrant herbs, vegetables, handmade sweets, and freshly prepared meals. Vendors wearing traditional straw hats paddle gracefully through narrow waterways, greeting customers with warm smiles while preparing steaming bowls of noodles directly from their boats. The market awakens gradually. The scent of grilled seafood mixes with freshly cut mangoes, ripe pineapples, coconut pancakes, and aromatic Thai coffee. Bright umbrellas reflect upon the calm water, while conversations echo between wooden houses standing above the canal. Every passing boat carries another piece of Thailand's remarkable culinary heritage. Although many visitors arrive to photograph the colorful scenery, the floating market remains an important reminder of how deeply water has shaped Thai civilization. Before roads became widespread, canals connected entire communities, allowing trade, culture, and daily life to flourish upon the rivers themselves. Our journey now returns to the Gulf of Thailand, where another completely different face of the country begins to emerge. Stretching along a broad crescent-shaped bay lies Pattaya, a city whose transformation over the past 60 years has been one of the most dramatic in Southeast Asia. Before the 1960s, Pattaya was little more than a quiet fishing village. Wooden boats lined the shoreline, while local families depended almost entirely upon the sea for their livelihoods. Everything changed during the Vietnam War, when American servicemen began visiting the peaceful coast for rest and recreation. Hotels, restaurants, entertainment venues, and modern infrastructure quickly followed, transforming Pattaya into one of Asia's best-known seaside destinations. Today, the city presents a fascinating contrast. By day, visitors enjoy long sandy beaches, water sports, island excursions, and bustling promenades lined with cafes and restaurants overlooking the sea. Colorful parasails fill the sky, while speedboats carry travelers toward nearby coral islands surrounded by warm tropical waters. As evening arrives, Pattaya reveals an entirely different atmosphere. Neon lights illuminate lively streets where music, performances, and entertainment continue long after midnight. It has become one of Thailand's most energetic nightlife destinations, attracting visitors from around the world. Yet beyond the bright lights lies another, quieter side. Only a short boat ride offshore, Koh Lan offers peaceful beaches, clear water, and coral reefs that feel worlds away from the busy city. Here, gentle waves replace crowded streets, reminding visitors that Thailand often hides remarkable tranquility just beyond its most popular attractions. Continuing south along the Andaman coast, we arrive at Thailand's largest island. Phuket is known worldwide for its spectacular beaches, luxury resorts, and vibrant tourism industry, but its history stretches far deeper than many travelers realize. Centuries before becoming an international holiday destination, Phuket prospered because of tin mining. Rich mineral deposits attracted merchants from China, Europe, and across Southeast Asia, transforming the island into one of the region's most important trading centers. Their influence remains beautifully preserved within Phuket Old Town. Walking through its colorful streets reveals rows of elegant Sino-Portuguese buildings decorated with arched windows, ornate balconies, pastel facades, and intricate wooden shutters. Chinese temples stand beside colonial mansions, while traditional cafes continue serving recipes that have been handed down through generations. Beyond the historic center, Phuket's coastline unfolds into a remarkable variety of beaches. Patong pulses with energy, nightlife, and entertainment. Kata and Karon offer wide stretches of golden sand ideal for families and surfers. Farther north, quieter beaches remain bordered by casuarina trees and peaceful fishing communities where life still follows the rhythm of the tides. The island's dramatic viewpoints provide unforgettable panoramas across the Andaman Sea. As the sun sinks beneath the horizon, countless offshore islands become dark silhouettes against brilliant orange skies, creating scenes that have inspired travelers for generations. Yet Thailand's islands continue far beyond Phuket. To the east, another remarkable destination rises from the Gulf of Thailand. Covered largely by dense rainforest and shaped like the country's national animal, this island has preserved much of its natural wilderness despite its growing popularity. Our next destination is Koh Chang, the Elephant Island, where tropical forests, hidden waterfalls, and quiet fishing villages reveal another unforgettable side of Thailand's extraordinary coastal beauty. The farther east we travel across the Gulf of Thailand, the more untouched the coastline becomes. Crowded beaches give way to dense rainforest, quiet fishing villages, and mountain peaks that rise directly from the sea. Here, nature has remained remarkably resilient, preserving landscapes that feel much as they did centuries ago. The pace slows once again, inviting travelers to experience Thailand not through busy cities or famous monuments, but through silence, wilderness, and the timeless rhythm of island life. Our next destination is Koh Chang, the second largest island in Thailand. Its name simply means Elephant Island, inspired by the island's mountainous silhouette, which resembles a resting elephant viewed from the sea. Unlike many tropical destinations transformed by large-scale development, nearly 80% of Koh Chang remains protected rainforest, forming part of Mu Koh Chang National Park. As ferries approach the island, emerald mountains dominate the horizon. Thick jungle blankets every slope, interrupted only by waterfalls that tumble through hidden valleys before reaching quiet beaches below. Roads wind carefully around the coastline, while the island's rugged interior remains almost completely inaccessible, allowing nature to flourish undisturbed. The rainforest shelters an incredible variety of wildlife. Hornbills soar above the forest canopy while colorful butterflies drift between tropical flowers. Long-tailed macaques move through the trees with remarkable agility, and hidden streams provide life for countless amphibians and reptiles. During the rainy season, waterfalls awaken throughout the island, creating spectacular cascades hidden deep within the jungle. One of Koh Chang's greatest treasures is its remarkable diversity of landscapes. The western coastline features long stretches of soft white sand, where calm turquoise waters invite swimming and kayaking. Farther east, traditional fishing villages built on wooden stilts continue preserving a slower way of life. At Bang Bao, narrow wooden walkways extend far into the sea, connecting seafood restaurants, family homes, and small fishing boats that still depart before sunrise. Life here remains closely tied to the ocean. Fishing families continue passing their knowledge from one generation to the next, reading changing tides, seasonal winds, and ocean currents with remarkable precision. Every evening, fresh seafood arrives directly from the surrounding waters, continuing traditions that have sustained the island for centuries. Yet Koh Chang also carries an important chapter of Thai history. In January 1941, during the Franco-Thai War, the waters surrounding the island became the site of a naval battle between French and Thai forces. Although the conflict lasted only a short time, it remains an important part of the island's historical identity. Today, however, those once contested waters have returned to complete tranquility, visited instead by divers exploring colorful coral reefs and peaceful bays. Leaving Koh Chang behind, our journey returns toward the Gulf, where another small island has become famous for entirely different reasons. At first glance, Koh Tao appears almost insignificant on the map. Yet beneath its surrounding waters lies one of the richest underwater environments in Southeast Asia. Known as Turtle Island, Koh Tao has earned an international reputation as one of the world's best places to learn scuba diving. Warm, calm seas surround vibrant coral gardens where giant clams, sea turtles, stingrays, reef sharks, and hundreds of tropical fish species thrive together. Excellent visibility and relatively gentle currents make the island ideal for both beginners and experienced divers. But Koh Tao's peaceful appearance hides a surprisingly difficult past. During the early 20th century, the island served as a remote prison colony for political prisoners. Surrounded by open ocean and isolated from the mainland, escape was nearly impossible. Those same waters that once acted as natural barriers now attract visitors seeking freedom beneath the waves rather than confinement upon the land. Today, conservation efforts play an increasingly important role here. Marine organizations work alongside local communities to restore damaged coral reefs, reduce plastic pollution, and protect endangered sea turtles that continue nesting on nearby beaches. Artificial reef projects have successfully created new habitats, allowing marine life to recover while educating visitors about responsible tourism. Every sunrise over Koh Tao brings another reminder that nature possesses an extraordinary ability to heal when given the opportunity. Continuing southwest, another famous island rises from the Gulf of Thailand. For generations, Koh Samui remained almost completely isolated. Without an airport or modern roads, reaching the island required long journeys by fishing boat across unpredictable seas. Coconut plantations covered the interior, and small coastal communities depended almost entirely upon fishing and agriculture. Everything changed during the late 20th century. Improved transportation introduced the island to international travelers, gradually transforming Koh Samui into one of Thailand's most celebrated tropical destinations. Despite this rapid development, much of its original beauty remains wonderfully intact. Golden beaches stretch around much of the coastline, while dense coconut groves still blanket the hillsides. Inland, hidden waterfalls flow through tropical forests, where hiking trails reveal peaceful viewpoints overlooking the Gulf of Thailand. Among Koh Samui's most recognizable landmarks stands the magnificent Big Buddha. Rising 12 meters above a small offshore island connected by causeway, this golden statue has welcomed visitors since 1972. Seated peacefully in the Mara posture, the Buddha symbolizes steadfastness and enlightenment. From its elevated platform, sweeping views extend across the surrounding sea, while temple bells gently ring in the ocean breeze. Throughout the island, colorful local markets celebrate Thailand's extraordinary culinary traditions. Fresh coconuts, tropical fruits, fragrant curries, grilled seafood, and handmade desserts fill bustling streets each evening, creating an atmosphere where visitors and local families naturally come together. Yet our journey now returns to Bangkok, where one final temple awaits. Hidden within the historic heart of the capital stands Wat Pho, one of Thailand's oldest and most revered Buddhist sanctuaries. Although many visitors arrive expecting only its famous reclining Buddha, Wat Pho offers far more than a single monument. The temple complex itself predates modern Bangkok and became one of the earliest centers of education in Thailand. Long before formal universities existed, scholars gathered here to study medicine, literature, astronomy, philosophy, and traditional healing. Most famously, Wat Pho is recognized as the birthplace of traditional Thai massage. Stone inscriptions throughout the temple preserve ancient knowledge of anatomy, pressure points, and therapeutic techniques developed over centuries. Today, students from around the world continue training here, helping preserve one of Thailand's most respected cultural traditions. Inside the temple hall rests one of Southeast Asia's most extraordinary Buddhist sculptures. The reclining Buddha stretches 46 meters in length, its immense golden body filling almost the entire building. The statue represents the Buddha entering nirvana, the final release from the cycle of suffering and rebirth. Walking slowly alongside the monument reveals remarkable craftsmanship. Its serene expression radiates complete peace, while the enormous feet are decorated with intricate mother-of-pearl inlays depicting 108 sacred symbols associated with enlightenment. Every detail reflects centuries of artistic devotion. Rows of bronze bowls line one side of the hall, inviting visitors to gently drop small coins as acts of generosity and mindfulness. The soft metallic sound echoes peacefully throughout the temple, creating an atmosphere unlike anywhere else in Bangkok. As evening settles over the capital, golden rooftops glow beneath the fading sunlight, while monks chant ancient prayers inside candlelit halls. Our extraordinary journey across Thailand is approaching its final chapter. Ahead lies a place where one bridge became a symbol of unimaginable sacrifice, where the ruins of a magnificent royal capital still whisper stories of lost glory, and where the very first Thai kingdom laid the foundations of an entire nation. Our adventure will take us through Kanchanaburi, Ayutthaya, and Sukhothai, where history, resilience, and the enduring spirit of Thailand come together to bring this unforgettable journey to its powerful conclusion. Our journey begins where one of Thailand's most beautiful landscapes also holds one of its deepest scars. Here, lush green mountains surround peaceful rivers, birds sing from dense jungle canopies, and sunlight dances across calm waters. At first glance, nothing seems out of place. Yet beneath this remarkable beauty lies a story that the world must never forget. It is a place where history and nature stand side by side, reminding us that even the most breathtaking landscapes can carry memories of unimaginable hardship. Welcome to Kanchanaburi. Located west of Bangkok near the border with Myanmar, Kanchanaburi is known around the world for the famous bridge over the River Kwai. Today, trains cross it peacefully while visitors admire the surrounding scenery. But during the Second World War, this quiet river became part of one of history's most tragic engineering projects. The bridge formed part of the Burma Railway, often remembered as the Death Railway. Constructed between 1942 and 1943, the railway was built by more than 200,000 forced laborers and prisoners of war under brutal conditions. Working through dense jungle, extreme heat, disease, starvation, and exhaustion, tens of thousands lost their lives during its construction. Today, the bridge still stands. Each passing train serves as a quiet reminder of human endurance and sacrifice. Nearby museums preserve personal stories, photographs, and historical artifacts that help visitors understand the immense suffering experienced here. Carefully maintained war cemeteries stretch peacefully beneath rows of flowering trees, where thousands of white headstones honor those who never returned home. Despite this painful history, Kanchanaburi has become a symbol not only of remembrance but also of resilience. The surrounding province is filled with spectacular natural beauty. Rivers wind through limestone valleys, waterfalls cascade into emerald pools, and floating bamboo houses drift gently upon quiet reservoirs. Nature has gradually reclaimed much of the landscape, offering visitors moments of reflection where peace has replaced conflict. Leaving Kanchanaburi behind, our journey continues eastward toward another place where history changed the destiny of an entire nation. Long before Bangkok became Thailand's capital, another city stood among fertile river plains as one of the wealthiest and most powerful kingdoms in Asia. This was Ayutthaya. Founded in 1351, Ayutthaya rapidly grew into the capital of the Kingdom of Siam. Positioned at the meeting point of three rivers, it became one of the world's great trading centers. Merchants arrived from China, India, Persia, Japan, Portugal, France, and the Netherlands, bringing goods, ideas, and cultures that transformed the city into an international crossroads. At its height, Ayutthaya was among the largest cities on earth. Magnificent royal palaces rose beside hundreds of glittering temples whose golden spires reflected brilliantly beneath the tropical sun. Foreign visitors described avenues filled with elephants, elaborate ceremonies, floating markets, and enormous religious festivals that demonstrated the kingdom's extraordinary wealth. For more than 4 centuries, Ayutthaya flourished. Then, in 1767, everything changed. Following a devastating invasion by Burmese forces, the city was systematically destroyed. Temples were burned, palaces collapsed, priceless treasures disappeared, and thousands of magnificent Buddha statues were damaged or decapitated. What had once been one of Asia's greatest capitals became a silent landscape of ruins. Today, Ayutthaya remains one of Thailand's most treasured archaeological sites. Walking through its vast historical park feels like stepping into another century. Towering brick prangs rise above peaceful gardens, while ancient monasteries quietly preserve the memory of a civilization that shaped modern Thailand. Among its most famous sites is the remarkable Buddha head embraced by the roots of a giant banyan tree. Over generations, nature slowly reclaimed the abandoned temple, allowing the tree's roots to gently surround the sandstone face. Today, it has become one of the country's most recognizable images, symbolizing the quiet partnership between history and nature. Nearby, Wat Chai Watanaram stands majestically beside the Chao Phraya River. Its towering Khmer-inspired central prang and symmetrical galleries create one of Thailand's most breathtaking historical landscapes, especially at sunset when warm golden light illuminates centuries-old brickwork against the evening sky. Although Ayutthaya tells the story of a kingdom's destruction, our final destination celebrates its beginning. Traveling north across fertile plains, we arrive at Sukhothai. The name itself means dawn of happiness, and few places better capture the origins of Thai civilization. Established during the 13th century, Sukhothai became the first great independent Thai kingdom. It was here that many foundations of modern Thai identity took shape, including language, art, administration, and the widespread adoption of Theravada Buddhism. Unlike the dramatic ruins of Ayutthaya, Sukhothai possesses an atmosphere of remarkable serenity. Its temples rest peacefully within expansive parks filled with lotus ponds, flowering trees, and open meadows. Wide pathways connect ancient monuments where visitors often explore by bicycle, moving quietly between centuries-old structures while birds sing from surrounding forests. The architecture here introduced many artistic traditions that continue defining Thailand today. Graceful lotus bud chedis rise elegantly above temple courtyards. Giant seated Buddhas radiate calm and compassion. Perhaps most remarkable is the famous Walking Buddha, a uniquely Thai artistic creation portraying the Buddha moving forward with extraordinary elegance and humanity. Unlike earlier, more rigid sculptures, this graceful figure appears almost alive, symbolizing spiritual progress through gentle movement. As the afternoon sun softens, reflections shimmer across the park's tranquil ponds. Ancient stone columns cast long shadows while monks quietly pass between temples, continuing traditions that have survived for more than 700 years. In these peaceful surroundings, it becomes easy to understand why Sukhothai is often described as the spiritual birthplace of Thailand. Yet beyond these remarkable cities lies something even greater. Throughout this journey, we have crossed mist-covered mountains where ancient kingdoms once flourished. We have wandered through golden temples glowing beneath the tropical sun, explored jungles older than the Amazon, dived into some of the world's clearest seas, and walked across islands where towering cliffs rise directly from turquoise waters. We discovered bustling floating markets where rivers remain the heart of daily life. We witnessed sacred ceremonies that continue connecting millions of people with traditions thousands of years old. We encountered wildlife thriving within protected forests and stood before monuments that tell stories of triumph, devotion, sacrifice, and renewal. Thailand is far more than a collection of famous destinations. It is a land where spirituality quietly shapes everyday life. A country where ancient kingdoms continue speaking through stone, where smiling faces welcome strangers with genuine warmth, and where nature still possesses the power to inspire awe at every turn. From the peaceful temples of Chiang Mai to the vibrant streets of Bangkok. From the emerald waters of the Similan Islands to the ancient forests of Khao Sok. From the forgotten capitals of Ayutthaya and Sukhothai to the remote mountain villages hidden along the northern frontier. Every destination reveals another layer of a nation whose beauty cannot be measured by landscapes alone. It lives in its people. It echoes through the chants of monks at sunrise. It drifts across rivers filled with floating lanterns. It shines from golden temples beneath endless blue skies. And it waits patiently for every traveler willing to experience it with curiosity, respect, and wonder. Our journey across the wonders of Thailand comes to an end, but the spirit of this extraordinary kingdom continues far beyond the final frame. Because some places are simply visited, Thailand is remembered. Thank you for joining this cinematic journey across one of the world's most remarkable destinations. Until our next adventure, keep exploring, keep wondering, and never stop discovering the incredible beauty our world still has to offer.